her favorite, Decina.
I think a couple of things that we have to remember, like when we were talking about, let me find my line. But one thing that did stick out to me, that a lot of people ride in on, is that everything's a title. You know, it's not about a title or a platform. I think that is something that's very important to know, that you don't have to have that title.
Right,
know,
right.
all the time to be worthy.
To be worthy, yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
I just have some favorite things, and then I have a few favorite.
Yeah.
Okay, so in chapter 6, letting go of control, she says, surrender, she learned, was not oh, wait a minute, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And she asked God for peace while quietly insisting on her own version of how things should unfold. Surrender, she learned, was not passivity. It was participation without obsession, right? Like that stood out to me. And then here's my favorite. She was learning something sacred. Healing is not linear, but is intentional. That is my absolute favorite.
That's on chapter
4, 3,
chapter 3, at the end of chapter 3. So it takes us to be intentional, to heal on every level, on everything, you know.
Okay.
That's important to remind ourselves, because just this one thing, this identifying, I mean, there's a lot of things that I can identify with in this book, because sometimes you look at your life and you're like, man, if I think about how many lives I've had, like you say a cat has 9 lives, or I feel like I've had 20 lives, or 22 lives, you know, and all the chapters. And oh, but God, right? God. And like Tracy said earlier, you could have gone right, you could have gone left. And then you think about some of the people that you were engaged in. We were talking about that during break.
Right.
Some of the people that you engaged or encountered as your friends.
Yeah.
You could have got caught up
Oh, for sure.
with that person.
Yeah, you look at them now, and it's like, wow, that could have been me. Right. You know, even in your own family, you're like, wow, that could have been me, because those are siblings and cousins. And, you know.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. But you don't realize that God has you until you become this mature person, and you look back on all those chapters, and then you realize, and sometimes back then when you were talking to yourself, you didn't realize that was your soul. You know, because we didn't really know how to connect the two back then, but we knew it was telling us, you know, to do certain things.
Your inner thoughts.
Or you were in a situation and something, and you were saying, "This not you. This is not where you belong," but you didn't know how to leave it.
You feel it. You feel it.
But you didn't know how to leave it, and you didn't understand that was really your spirit and your soul telling you this is not where you belong, and this is not the chapter. That you're supposed to end with.
Right.
Know?
And you bring up a good point, because as a little girl, I remember sitting on my front porch, looking out, and I'm like, I do not belong here. I didn't know what was going on, but I used to, as a little girl, I knew that I didn't belong there.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how I was going to get out of there, but I knew I didn't belong there.
Me too. Sit on the porch and look around at the neighborhood and the low riders and the I don't want that. Look, that's not gonna be my baby dad.
Yes.
Side street silver with a drizzle.